Hello, my name is Rachel Guvench and I am here to show you a short yoga practice you can do from the comfort of your home in a chair. It's a great way to daily tune into your body. So first thing I will do is invite you to find a comfortable seat on a chair, preferably a chair without arm support, but with back support. Also, you want to have your feet on the ground, and if your feet are not touching the ground, putting something underneath, like a book or something, so that you can have that feeling of your feet solid and firm against the ground. You're not dangling. This is a very short practice, but it's a full body practice. We'll be working the whole body here. The first thing that we'll do is just find that comfortable, tall spine, lifting up through the top of the head, reaching through the sides of the body, and then bringing your hands to your heart here. Now we'll begin with some slow, steady breaths. So I would recommend that for the next couple breaths, you just go ahead and close your eyes. So closing your eyes and taking an inhale here right into the chest, right into the lungs, and a full exhale. 2 more breaths here, filling the lungs and completely emptying the lungs. Now I invite you to bring your hands to your low ribs for 3 breaths here. As you inhale, let the rib cage expand. As you exhale, letting the ribs come in towards themselves, knitting together. 2 more breaths like this, taking it at your own pace. Lastly, we'll bring our hands to our belly. As you inhale this time, let the belly round with the inhale. As you exhale, drawing your navel in towards your spine. And 2 more breaths like this. Now resting your hands in your lap, option to close your eyes just a little bit longer here as you tune in and notice your body of the day. Notice and perhaps even have some gratitude for all the things that are working and humming in your body, so many of them without us even knowing that that's going on. And also noticing any tender or sore spaces in the body. As we work today, doing your best to really listen to the cues of your body. If anything feels painful, that is a sign that you do not want to do that pose. And you can take a break at any time, and it's very much more important that you listen to your own body than when you're listening to me. We'll open our eyes now and we're going to begin to move our bodies. So we're inhaling, reaching through the crown of the head, arms can reach overhead, and then exhaling a big sigh out the mouth. 2 more like that. Inhale, reach overhead. Exhale. And again. Now bringing those arms overhead, really reaching to the side of the body and the top of the head, the crown reaching up, taking your right hand down along your side, reach up and over for a side stretch from the hip bone all the way to the fingers, reaching up and taking it the other direction. Nice opening through the spine, and we're going to move between the 2 sides a couple times, flowing at your own pace, just thinking about making space between each bone in the vertebra. You can make space in the ribs, the armpit, all along the sides of the body. Next thing we'll do is we'll bring those arms overhead, hands in front. This time we'll take the right arm behind us, looking towards the right thumb. A nice open twist here. Lengthen through the very top of the head as you look towards that back thumb, reaching with your arms, making space in the spine. Bringing that arm forward overhead, and then taking it in the other direction. Open twist here. Maybe a smile crosses your lips as you just are thankful for the time that you set for yourself to practice yoga. Arms come up overhead, and then hands coming to the heart. Beautiful. Now we'll take our hands to our knees. As you inhale, bring your chest forward, looking up, arching your back here. As you exhale, round back, tuck the chin, tuck the pelvis. Again, 2 more like this. Inhaling to come forward into a seated cow pose. Exhaling to round back in seated cat. And finding your tall spine again. We'll make some circles through the torso here. Really circles in the hips. That's where it's really all the action is happening here. This is one of my favorite poses. Go ahead and take that in the other direction. Sometimes when I need a reset, this is the pose I do just to get my body back into balance. Alright, and then finding that nice tall spine, we'll make some rolls in the shoulders. This practice is going to really focus on pretty much every joint in the body and really we'll do the arms, the legs, the torso, all the different muscles in the body as well. So it's a quick but thorough practice. Roll your shoulders down the back now, fingers dangling, lifting through the crown of the head, and then taking your right ear towards your right shoulder. And drawing that chin over the shoulder to just switch the sensation of the stretch here. And then bringing the chin to the center of the chest, stretching out the back of the neck. We still have a really tall spine here as we do this neck practice. Lift the chin, soft jaw, open throat. And then find your neutral neck position. And then other side, so left ear towards left shoulder. Look over that shoulder. And then little half circles here, or any exploration that you want to do. If you find that one part of your neck is a little tighter than another, that means that when you're doing your practice on your own, you can spend more time on those spaces. We want to do both sides evenly, but we also we do want to work more on any place that's feeling like extra tight. Okay, so now let's see, we're gonna bring our hands together and make some rolls in our wrists here. In our wrists, some attention, reverse directions. And open up your hands, and we'll do a little piano playing, just getting all of those fingers wiggled and moving. And then taking your left hand up and your right hand down. We're going to just bring a little focus to our hands here. So from here, what we're gonna do is just squeeze and release really rapidly and fast. And freeze and flip and squeeze and release and freeze. And then whatever, any kind of movement just to help those wrists, those fingers. Maybe get the elbows in there. All right, maybe swing the arms a little bit, just getting back into balance. All right, excellent job. Thank you for watching this and practicing with me today. Lifting your heart, bringing your elbows up and your arms will have the palms facing forward here. We're gonna work in the shoulders. If you have tenderness in your shoulders, really take it slow, really mindful here. So we'll inhale with our arms up here like this. As you exhale, bring the hands down. Now, everyone's range of mobility is going to be different. I do have a little tenderness in my shoulders, so I'm not going to take it very far today. I'm going to inhale to bring those arms up. And exhale to bring them down again. Inhale to reach up. And exhale. Now bringing those arms back up here, we'll draw the elbows in and out. And in and out. And one more time. And bring the arms down, swaying a little side to side. Maybe getting the whole upper body just kind of floating here. All right. Now taking your right arm across your body, tall, lifting tall through the crown of the head. Hook it with your left. Lift up and look away from your hands, looking over that right shoulder. Just a little stretch in the shoulder here. Connect with your breath as you find that as we maintain the posture, maybe you create a little bit more space. And go ahead and release. And then we'll do the other side. So this time that left arm goes across, we hook it with the right, we lengthen and look away. Bring the focus to the breath. And notice where you're feeling sensation in the body today. I'm trying to notice with a neutral perspective. So without adding any judgment, like, oh, I have a bad shoulder, things like that. Just trying to be neutral. Oh, I have a challenging shoulder. And that's how it is. And I'm just aware of it and allow it. And then, we do the work to feel better. Go ahead and release. All right. So let's press our heels into the ground now and really get the legs nice and strong as we press the heels down. So we're really active through the leg, scooping the belly up and in. You can bring your arms to your side, lift your heart, and we're gonna just do some bounces in our chair, which just shows that we're getting the whole body fired up. So I'm really getting the legs active. I'm gonna lift my heart here. Maybe my arms are really strong as well. All right, let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And inhale, arms overhead. As you exhale, reach forward, hinge at the hips. Down into a forward fold. Head and neck are loose here. Letting your body just rest in your lap here. Option to add a little sway through the neck and the shoulders. And then pressing the heels down as you rise up, arms coming up overhead. As you exhale, bending the elbows, looking towards the ceiling and a little back bend. Drawing the arms up overhead, interlace your fingers, palms reach up to the ceiling, and then reaching towards your right. Reaching up and towards your left. Reaching up, opening those arms. Taking your right hand down to your left knee. Your left hand to the back of your chair, lifting tall and looking over that shoulder for a nice deep stretch here, a deep twist. And coming through center, arms scoop up overhead. We do the other side, left arm to right knee. Right arm behind us, lengthen, look over the shoulder. And coming through center, beautiful. Bring your legs out now and roll out your ankles here. Reverse your ankle roll. Wiggle your toes, point and flex the feet. And then bending those knees, we're gonna give a little bit of a focus to our knees. We'll do some leg lifts. Just lift right at the lifting. First we'll start with that right leg, lifting it up mindfully, slowly, and then bringing it down. And lifting up that right leg, taking it to your healthy edge, bringing it back down. If there's any tenderness in your knee, just small movement. Up and down. All right, let's do the other side. So lifting the leg and straighten. Excuse me, other way around. Lift and bend. And one more time. Lift and bend. Beautiful. Now, let's do the same motion but with a straight foot or a straight leg. So again, we have to sit on the edge of our chair here. We've got our heel down onto the ground, and we're gonna lift the right leg up and lower it back down. And lift it up and lower. And this is our third time. And for the fourth time, we're gonna lift it up and we're gonna hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and release and take a breath. Other side. This time we've got the left leg extended and we reach up and down. And number 2 and down. And 3 and down. And here we hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Nice job. Working on our hips here. We'll take that right leg and we're just gonna lift it so it's hovering. The foot is hovering off of the ground. We're gonna open it up and bring it back in. And open up and back in. And here's our third one. And here's our final. And bring it down. Other side, left leg lifts, hovering, open and close. 2, 3, and last one. And bring it down. Lovely. Let's bring those legs out straight, heels onto the ground. Inhaling, arms overhead. Reaching, scooping the belly up and in as you reach forward and coming into a variation of that forward fold here with the straight legs. Making sure we don't lock the knees, so there's a little bit of softness in the knees. And then just settling down. The one thing to be mindful of, if you do have high blood pressure, you want to keep the heart over the hips. But I think in most cases that it will happen just because of the pose itself. And then go ahead and round back up and bring those legs in. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna march through the woods. Nice, easy pace, using the full body as you lift up, almost like you're gliding. Just a beautiful movement, almost like a dance, marching. And I like to, like I said, I like to imagine I'm going through the woods or some beautiful place, wherever it is, some place that you really enjoy visiting. It could be someplace outside. It could be someplace with community that you like to gather with. Some marching, just exploring the movement of your body, letting it feel good today. And then you can continue at this pace. You can do a smaller march. You can lift your knees higher. You have choices, right? We're gonna do a little bit of a faster movement, and we're gonna do it for the count of a slow count of 5. So either staying right here or start to get faster with 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hand to the heart, hand to the belly, eyes closed. Take a couple breaths. Check in with the beating of the heart. Noticing the temperature of the body. Where do you feel warm? Noticing the breath. All right, beautiful work. We are just gonna finish up with a couple more poses before we get into our relaxation. So the next pose is often translated from Sanskrit as goddess. We've got our feet on the ground, we've got our knees open, and then we lift our heart and bend at the elbows. Here's the pose in its completion. This is a really good pose to get the legs working. So pressing the heels into the ground here to really get the legs active and strong as we are in the chair. You can always do this pose standing as well. And then just because I want to make sure we're really getting those legs fired up, we're just going to do some pulses here. Just pulses, like you're bouncing out of your chair. Okay, let's do that for about 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then finding that stillness and strength here. Take your right hand down to your right thigh, reach up, side stretch. Coming through your center here, and then other side. And you're reaching back up. Hands to your knees, taking that right shoulder forward, looking behind. Coming through center, other shoulder forward. Coming through center, taking your ladle, bear with me, or your spoon, we're gonna stir our pot. So we're making big circles here, really using the torso primarily to move in these circles. And whenever we're using it, really using our core, right? And whenever we're using our core, we're also improving our strength, we're improving our balance. Take that in the other direction. And we stir it up. All right. You bring your hands down, heel toe your feet in together. With your feet on the ground, sitting really, really tall, we will finish up. Let's see. We're going to finish up with our relaxation pose. So if you like and it's comfortable for you and have a yoga mat and you want to do your relaxation pose on the floor, you certainly can. When I teach chair yoga, we usually just do it right in our chairs. So now you have the full back of the chair to support you. You can really just lay back in your chair. Let your shoulders soften away from the ears, hands into the lap. And then closing your eyes. And taking some slow breaths through the nostrils, in and out. Relaxing your mind. Relaxing your body from head to toe. Almost as if you are sinking into your seat. And staying here for a few more minutes. And can you soften deeper? In yoga, we practice relaxation at the end of our practice in a way of incorporating all that good work into our bodies, integrating it. And I personally like to tell my students the message of movement is important, but so is deep relaxation. So we'll settle here for just a few breaths. Now, if you want to continue to relax, you can certainly pause this or let it run through and take even deeper and a longer relaxation pose. 5 minutes to 15 minutes is fabulous. It's so good for you. And it's different than just sleeping. This kind of relaxation is really, really good for the body for many different purposes beyond just sleeping and that sort of rest. Folks, you are welcome to stay here in your relaxation pose. If you'd like to begin to wiggle fingers and toes, you can do so. If you're feeling ready to begin to move, coming back to that tall seated pose, hands to the heart here. And I want to thank you for practicing with me today and finishing up simply with a bow of respect. And a message from me to you. May your life be filled with peacefulness, joy, and love. Thank you, everyone.